What do you do when it's time to start over? What do you do when it's time to pivot? What do you do when the thing you've been trying and doing isn't working and you need to make a change? I asked this question because the beginning of the year, I almost quit on myself. I almost threw in the towel. I have a business as a creative person, and for a while I've been trying to figure out, how do I make this happen? How do I allow myself that creativity but also make some money? And I've had some really great seasons and I've had some not really great seasons. And when I moved, I was like, okay, it's time to really figure out the goal and the path that I want for this season of my life. Am I going to stay doing this? What am I going to go all in? Because I am tired of I have a business, but it's not like my number one all the time. So I had to be honest with myself, and in that season, for the first few months, I had to be really still. I wasn't capable to carry the big decision of what to do with my business. And it kind of hurt because I came off from a really, really good year for my business, but because I believe, looking back at my books, I made the most money that I did. And it's not like astronomical numbers. I made like a couple $1,000s that I don't normally make in the year because it's something I do on the side of my side business. And I was like, is this gonna work? I don't know. Like, I thought like I was on a good roll, but the reason why I wanted to shift and pivot is because it was taking up a lot of my extra time, and I wanted to be able to build a life that was also sustainable, something that I really could manage, being someone who has a job being someone who has a job and someone who also likes to do creative things on the side. But I'm someone, and this what happens when you get to know yourself and you get to know and create the path in life that you want and be someone who can choose that, is I realized about myself I didn't want the path that everyone else took. Not that you can't take inspiration and from mentorship and coaching, get insight on how to run business, how to do things. But I was honestly trying to do things like everyone else, and it was taking away from my creativity, from the things that I actually do want to do. And I was even trying to tell myself that I have to learn other skills or new things. Not that you don't need to learn new skills, but I was trying to escape from what I truly knew and what I was truly good at. It was starting to cloud my judgment. I was feeling unsure about the way that I was doing business and the way that I was trying these new things. And even though I was doing well, was it something that I truly wanted? And I think the answer was no, because I didn't want to live a life and feel like I had to be always stuck behind the computer. I think when you're deciding on what to do with your life and what you're good at and how you want to make a living, it depends on the person that you are. And I think sometimes what happens when you listen to people who have maybe gone a different path, if you try to sometimes follow their advice, what I've learned about myself, and I'm not sure if you're like this, but they're not me. And even though they might be someone who could sacrifice certain things for an extended or long period of time, there's certain things in my life that I can sacrifice for a certain amount of time, and there's certain things where like I don't want to feel like I'm beating myself up, because I've been someone in my past years back where I would force myself or push myself through something because I was trying to dangle the reward in front of my face and say like, it's going to be worth it, it's going to be fine, let's just push past through it. And I've always been someone I used to be someone who was like, if you go at it, if you just keep going, it's going to work out. But after learning and getting to know myself, I think that was something that I used as kind of a coping mechanism to help me get through that season. And I was not at a place where I was needing to, I don't need to do the side hustle. I don't need to make extra money. I was fine at my job. I'm fine doing that. But I had to be honest with myself. Why exactly am I chasing after this? Why am I trying to compete against other people in this entrepreneurial journey and race of life? Like, what is it that I'm trying to get at it, or who am I trying to become through this? And after contemplating and just like being able to take that time to rest and get new perspective on exactly why I'm doing this, I think it was another moment in my life where I learned more about who I am and what I like. Because oftentimes everyone has different ambitions and different reasons for doing the things that they like to do. How do you spend your time, and what type of person are you? Knowing those things and being able to create the life that matches who you are naturally makes your life so much easier. And I was over here trying to complicate things, trying to do other things that I had no reason to do. And even though I learned a lot from it and it has enhanced my learning, and I'm grateful for that, I don't regret doing the different things that I've done. But I think what I was searching for, or what I was looking for, was how I can create a life that I loved, a life that was of my dreams, but also a life that was fulfilling. Because some people if you're someone who is okay with getting up in a job that maybe it's not fully your passion, but you're good at, and you can either sustain a life, create a life that you're financially okay with, and you're okay with maybe sacrificing some of that. And maybe you have like side things, maybe you're part of groups and activities and things that fulfill your life on the side, and relationships, friends, family, whatever, community all sustains that. That's fine. Like, if you know that that's the type of person you are, that you don't need a job that you're 1000% passionate about, because anything you choose is going to be hard. There's not always going to be something that you're super excited about. You're going to still have to learn how to deal with people, manage your time, learn new skills, and kind of learn how to go through different levels in your business or your wherever you're at, whatever job you're at. So if you're someone who's totally fine with, hey, this job I love, this is a career I really enjoy, but I do things on the side that help sustain me. I'm not looking to make extra money on the side. Then that's fine. You can totally accept that. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, someone who always has to make money on the side. But if you're someone who wants your life to be more fulfilling, that the thing that you do in work and life on the side, whatever it is, whether you're making money on the side or you have something on the side that is fulfilling to you, then that's fine as well. I think sometimes when we hear other people's stories and we're like looking at what amazing feats and things that people have achieved, then sometimes we're like, oh, this person is more superior, or we might put them up at a higher pedestal or whatever because they've done more in certain eyes or certain perspective, or they've achieved and did things, and it's like that's maybe the type of person, or maybe they came into that. You don't really fully know exactly their story to say whether or not that's the life that you want to live. And I think when you become someone who learns how to create a vision of your life, not allow other outside forces, people, friends, family, relationships, dictate the way that you want to live your life, it becomes a lot easier and you can flow a lot better and make decisions and feel confident in the decisions that you make for yourself. I think at one point when I was trying to figure out, am I going to keep my business on the side? What do I want to do with it? How do I want to feel about it? And I'm a big vision type of thinker and person. I like to think like how this can help the world. How can what I'm doing enhance other people's lives? And what I'm still in the midst of figuring out and doing is learning how to take each day and moment and learn how to live a life that I'm creating more opportunities for myself, and I am experiencing life in different moments and allowing myself the joys of, hey, I can go to and do something. It doesn't have to always have an end all be all. Like, I feel like sometimes I would be so rigid on myself and I'd be like, I'm going to all these events, networking, and I'm going to, tell 1,000 people, like, this is who I am, this is what I do. But sometimes when you put so much pressure on yourself, especially for someone like me, sometimes there's only so much you can take before you overload your body, your brain, your mind, your soul with that negative energy. And for someone like me who's more of like expansive, I don't like to feel like I'm restricting myself. It helps when I'm able to create balance and flow within professional ambitions and personal ambitions. So there was something I watched, it was on TikTok, and this lady was talking about different layers and levels of freedom. I believe that's the way she explained it. Basically, what I got from that video is that every single person has different ways they see and experience the world. And that doesn't mean that another person experiences and sees the world wrong. Like, if I'm someone who likes to experience the world and likes to make sure that my space, my home, is a place that is safe, or curated the space so that I can that's just the way I like to experience the world, having a safe space in my house that's decorated, that's all these things around me that remind me. Or maybe I'm someone of ritual, where I like to, every single morning is the same and every single night I end it the same. Or maybe I'm somebody who likes to wander and explore in the world, and that's how I feel my best self. Whatever and however you experience life, as long as you know yourself and you know that's how you truly like to do it, that no one else has dictated this for you, and that's just how you like to live your life, then that's okay. Sometimes I feel like with so much noise, everyone has a perspective, everyone has an opinion. Sometimes it could feel challenging and overwhelming to decide the thing that you want for your life. And if you're someone who has already decided and you're like, nope, I totally know what I want, I have no problem saying no, that's good too. And if you're someone who is not fully sure about, like, hey, I'm just unsure about the things that I like, I don't know if I trust myself, or whatever it is that you feel uneasy about, you can move through and test out and have more experiences to get to a place where you feel more confident and you feel like you're someone who is able to make those decisions. And to move from someone who is not so confident to you're fully sure of this decision and things that you want for your life, all of that takes, the only difference between these two people is that one person stuck to it and gave themselves permission, and the other person allowed other people to deter them from whatever it is that they're doing. Another thing that I wanted to kind of add to this conversation is sometimes life can be a little funny. Like, the fact that you might have done something or been this type of person, and maybe life has shifted you, and things you've gone through, you've kind of become, things have just changed, and like the way and the person that you are, maybe you're not fully okay with that person, or you want to change, or you want to be able to make some decisions and change and shift your life. I believe, as just because I feel like life and people, we're all just individuals. We have similarities, we're complex as well, but people just want to live a life that they are proud of, that they feel confident, they feel like that they've been able to make these decisions and choose this life that they wanted to live, and they feel good doing that thing. They feel good with the purpose and the drive and the decisions that they make. And I think, kind of coming back to how this conversation started, with not feeling 100% with the way that I was moving and shifting through the world. If you recognize that in your life, and you know that you want to live a life on purpose, and in purpose, that you have a vision for your life, and you're able to move through that with confidence, and maybe you feel like you're kind of shifted away from some of the things that you wanted to do for whatever reason, you can get back to that. Like, it's not too late to restore or relearn some things to get you to that place in that season of your life where you feel like, I know exactly I'm doing the thing that I'm meant to be doing with my life. And wherever you are, it might feel like this juxtaposition. But wherever you are in life, what season you're in, you are where you're meant to be. And at the same time, you can move and shift and bring yourself to that next place where you're meant to be. Life is not linear. You are a human being, you're a person who lives through experiences and through pleasure, pain, joy, all the emotions. And I think today is a reminder for ourselves that we can live through through these emotions and these feelings. We can be a person who is disciplined and who makes sure that we are taking the steps, those small, big steps, every single day to the next thing in our life. And we can also be a person who allows ourselves the experiences within our own parameters, whatever that might be for you. And you can experience life at different levels in whatever phase of life you're in. One season is not greater than the last season or the next season. Every single season, I think we can live on purpose and within our vision. And I think a big lesson I've learned through life is that no season is greater than the other. I've a person who can move and shift through life, and it doesn't matter the things I've been through or the lessons I've learned, the hard seasons, the good seasons. I'm capable to move through all of those seasons, and with someone knowing myself and learning to trust myself through each season is a stepping block to the next. There's always going to be a season for however long you're here on this earth. There's going to be a next season to move through and get through. And allowing yourself to learn how to trust yourself and be someone who can ask yourself questions and be like, hey, is this exactly the things that I want to live in life? Are these the experiences? If I am not here tomorrow, am I happy with the things? Do I feel like I've lived my life with my vision and my plans and the decisions that I feel like, am I happy with those decisions that I made? And if you're not exactly, today is not too late to make those changes and to shift in wherever you feel like it's necessary for your life. And that's what I wanted to remind you of today. Have a good one.